Today I'm going to show you how to sell your silver at the right times so you can maximize your profits. With any investment, it is always challenging to buy and sell at the best moments to maximize profits. Whether you're trying to buy at the lowest point and selling at the highest point, you have to time everything just right in order for that to happen. It's not really usually something that people can pull off. So that is why in this video I'm going to show you what I do to maximize my profits and my selling opportunities. So this is a website I like to use when I want to look at the silver and gold spot prices historically. And this is the silver prices 100-year historical chart. It automatically, on macro trends, it automatically shows recessions, inflation, and what have you. We're actually going to want to click this stuff off because we just want to see the pure spot price of silver. Now I'm going to click on the 10-year daily chart, and here it shows you what the daily prices were over the last 10 years. And you can see, silver at its all-time high of 48 and change right back here. But then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click on the 6 months chart. And so here we are in 2020. Look at that. Remember that back in March, guys, when spot was all the way down here and nobody could get their hands on physical silver? So for the purpose of this video, though, I'm actually going to keep it on this last 6 months chart. And I'm going to show you how to sell your silver during a upswing and what you should be doing when selling your silver so that you can maximize your profits. So here are the spot prices for the last 6 months for 2020, as I was showing you on the previous screen. Now, again, here's the low. It was around $11 and change back in March. That's when the demand was through the roof and we had such a major discrepancy between the physical price of silver and gold compared to the actual spot price. So what I do and what I've told other people to do when they are looking to sell some of their silver, if they are afraid of missing the peak, and it's very, very difficult to actually time everything perfectly. And that's why I kind of do this staggered method, which I'm about to show you. I tell them that they should sell it off in dribs and drabs and not all at once. And there's a couple reasons for that. The first reason is this. It is, like I said, very, very difficult to time everything just right where you are buying at the low points and that you're selling everything at the high points. It's very, very challenging to do that. You have to be either very, very lucky or you have to know something that a lot of people don't. So it's very rare to actually time things just like that, where you're at the very bottom and you're selling at the very top. Most of us will typically probably sell our silver or a lot of our silver, on the way up. And that's kind of what I do. And I do it in phases. And that way I'm actually not only maximizing my opportunities to make a profit, but I'm also making sure that I have some silver back in reserve. So that way, if it continues to climb, that way I can actually take advantage of those selling opportunities. So my average price for silver eagles was $18 per eagle. That was my average price. And I'm going to actually write this down, $18 per eagle. Okay? And just stick with me here, people, so that way you're able to see what it is that I'm doing, and it's actually been working out very well for me. So $18 per eagle, and in this example, I've got 3 tubes worth, okay? So that's 1 tube, this is another tube, and this is a 3rd tube, okay? So we've got 60 eagles. So we'll multiply this by 20, and I believe we will get 360 equals 360 per tube, okay? And then let's just multiply that by 3. I think it's like 1,080, yeah, 1,080, and then we have times that 3. So we have a total cost of $1,080 for our initial silver eagle. Here's what I suggest to people to do. For me, I had roughly 16 tubes of eagles before I started selling them off, and I still have plenty, and I actually purchased some more. But what I've been doing is I've been selling off the eagles in different waves. So the first wave in which I sold my eagles is I actually sold off a few tubes up here at the $24 mark. Okay, so if you want to say times 23, hold on one second, guys. So here we had 24 at 3 tubes at 60. 24 times 60, 1,440. All right, so if we take 1,440 and we are going to subtract that initial 1,080 that we spent, okay, I made $360 on that first transaction, okay? Then what I did, because again, guys, even though this is the spot price, this doesn't match the actual physical demand for silver. So I ended up selling 6 tubes, $28 a piece. Sorry, guys. 6 tubes times 28, so that's 120 eagles. That's 3,360, which I demonstrated in a previous video. So if I take 3,360 and subtract from that 3,360 minus the 1,080, subtract that again for the other 3. So I made, subtract that 1,080, and again, on that transaction I made $1,200. The demand for Silver Eagles continues to increase. And when you look online on APMEX and some of those other dealers, they're selling them for around $36, $37 each in some cases. I then ended up selling 2 tubes, at an average of $690 each. So if we do 690 times 2, we get 1,380, and I'm going to subtract from that 720, which is the cost of 2 tubes at my $18. All right, so I made another 660. And so the point is, what you want to do is you want to be selling these off in waves. So as this price continues to go up, you're not just unloading everything. I could have sold everything if I wanted back at this $28 mark, but I knew that there was going to be more selling opportunity down the road. In fact, later on that day. So I sold off that initial batch here at the 24, which were the 3 tubes right here at 24. And remember, guys, my starting price was down here at 18. Right? This is kind of where my start was, if you want to call it that. This is what my average was per eagle. So I sold the 3 tubes here at the $24 mark. I sold 6 tubes over here at the $28 mark. And then when you do 690 divided by 40, that comes to, one second, 690 times 2 equals 1380 divided by that 40. So that comes out to be about $34.50 per eagle. So I've been doing it in waves. So that way now I still have eagles on hand, and so that way if the price continues to go up, maybe I'll sell another 2 tubes. If silver hits $30, the demand for eagles, they'll probably be in the high 30s, low 40s. I'll sell off another 2 tubes. If it continues to go up again, I'll sell off another tube. And the whole purpose, again, is that way I'm still keeping some in reserve and able to take advantage of those selling opportunities. Because, again, if I had sold everything just here, then I would have missed out on this opportunity at the 28. And then again, up here at the $34.50 mark, all the way up there. So that is why I suggest to people who are looking to sell their silver, sell it off in waves. If you only happen to have, let's say, this many eagles, let's say you only have 60 eagles, then I would say sell off maybe just one batch of them, 10. Sell off 10 of them. Get some of your profits, take that, maybe roll that into gold or hang on to it. Because eventually, guys, most likely silver is going to come back down and you'll be able to buy back in. And that's the whole other thing, is that when we come back down, you're going to want to make sure that you have money on hand so that way you could be buying back in. So as you buy in, let's say you buy in at 26, then let's say you buy another batch here at 22, right? Then you just dollar cost averaged to 24. Then let's say you buy another bulk down at, let's say, like 19. Then you're, in between there, like $22 and change. Just buying in waves on the way down. And in my opinion, that's a good way to dollar cost average. So you're selling off in waves, and then you're buying in waves on the dip. So that is what I suggest for people to do, as opposed to just hoping that you're timing everything perfectly and selling it off at the peak. And I would just like to thank these elite channel supporters. And if you haven't already become a channel member, please check out the awesome perks and join today. With that, I'm the Stacking Stormtrooper. Check out these videos. Until next time, long live the Empire.